Hey nerds, it's Tuesday, December 24th, the 52nd week of 2024, and I'm running down what's coming up this week, starting now. Welcome back to the Nerd Social. I'm Nathan. As always, if you want to jump ahead of the intro to see what's coming up on any day of this week, there are chapter links below. As a quick guide, depending on what you are most interested in, typically studios and production companies release DVD, Blu-ray, or video on demand movies on Tuesdays, streaming movies on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, and theatrical movies on Fridays. Though, as this is the last full week of the year, this week is a little different. One quick note, since we are in the end of year holiday season, the science and tech youth nonprofit I run is fundraising until year end. Our goal is to raise $10,000. Every little bit helps. So if you want to help us out, there is a link in the description below. All right, I'm running a bit behind because of the holidays and also because I was sick last week. So let's get started with this past Sunday, December 22nd. We had a new episode of The Simpsons, episode 11 of season 36, The Man Who Flew Too Much. They do improve. Pen pals travel to Capital City for their first ever bowling championship. As I've noted before, The Equalizer is returning on February 16th of 2025. We had the season finale of Dune Prophecy, episode 6 of season 1, The High-Handed Enemy. As Tula contends with his identity, Valia's maneuvering leads her into an epic confrontation with an increasingly powerful Desmond. Call and review this episode, and the link to his playlist for all the episodes is above. A new episode of Landman. This was season 1, episode 7. All roads lead to a hole. Tommy's cartel problem continues to escalate. Angela and Ainsley get to know their community. A new episode of Earth Abides, season 1, episodes 4. The Return. Ish catches Charlie assaulting Evie. San Lupo must decide how to punish evil. The virus returns and Joey falls ill. Ish feels humanity's future hanging in the balance. At the final episode of Lucy Woolsey's Holmes versus Doyle. This is episode 3, Shadows and Sleuths. After Sherlock Holmes returns from the dead, Arthur Conan Doyle became an evangelist for spiritualism. His star declined after a public spat, whereas Sherlock Holmes found a life beyond his author on stage and screen. The season premiere of The Great North. This is season 5, episode 1, The Lies Aquatic Adventure. The Tobin fishing boat, the mighty Kathleen, goes missing while Beef is away, leading to wild speculation on what could have happened to it. We have the premiere of What If, season 3, episode 1, What If the Hulk Fought the Mech Avengers? A new of Mech Avengers battle and accidentally enhance Hulk. We won't be reviewing these on a daily basis because the holidays, but we'll do a ranking of them after the holidays. Finally, on Sunday, we had the 47th Annual Kennedy Center Honors on CBS. Special honorees include The Grateful Dead, Francis Ford Coppola, Bonnie Raitt, and Arturo Sandoval. This should be available on Paramount Plus today, the 24th. On Monday, as I mentioned before, Brilliant Minds is on hiatus until 2020. We have the final episode of Get Millie Black. This is episode 5, Curtis. In Kingston, Curtis faces the consequences of Millie's actions and must decide what matters most. Meanwhile, an undercover Millie arrives back in London. With few friends and scant resources, she must find and save Romeo before the mysterious Lindo can stop her. We have a new episode of Shrinking on Monday instead of on Wednesday, like probably to avoid the holiday. This is the final episode of the season, episode 12 of season 2, The Last Thanksgiving. Jimmy takes Paul's advice about Alice. Liz finally finds her purpose. Gabby hosts a Thanksgiving dinner. Similarly, Bad Sisters had its season finale as well. Episode 8 of season 2, Cliffhanger. As Len discovers shocking revelations, the sisters face an impossible situation. We had a new episode of What If. This is episode 2 of season 3, What If Agatha Went to Hollywood. Hollywood film star Agatha Harkness has a new co-star in Howard Stark for his production. Finally, on Monday, we had 2024 Back That Year Up with Kevin Hart and Kenan Thompson. There's a special on Peacock. Kevin Hart and Kenan take a hilarious look back at the year in pop culture. sports and politics with irreverent jokes and comedy sketches and guests. All right, today, Tuesday, is the 24th. High Potential, as I've mentioned in the past, is on hiatus until January 7th. So is The Irrational. St. Denis Medical is on hiatus until January 14th, 2025. And so is Night Court. We should have a new episode of Star Wars Skeleton Crew tonight. This is episode 5. There is no description of this episode yet. And we also got a new episode of What If. This is episode 3. What if the Red Guardian stopped the Winter Soldier? The Red Guardian interferes with the Winter Soldier's mission to kill Howard Stark. We have a special Christmas with Andrea Bocelli and Friends, a Grammy holiday special on CBS at 8 p.m. It'll be on Paramount Plus tomorrow. Musicians Sophia Carson, Josh Groban, Jennifer Hudson, and Doyle join the classical music legend and his wife and daughter to celebrate the Christmas season with performances. We have a special on Netflix, Your Friend Nate Bagatz. Nate Bagatz tackles pizza ordering strategies for guys' nights, wanting a second dog, and relying on his responsible wife. On VOD today, we have Gladiator 2 coming out. After his own is conquered by the tyrannical emperors who now lead Rome, Lucius is forced to enter the Colosseum and must look to his past to find strength to return the glory of Rome to its people. Our review for this movie is above, and we'll be dropping a spoiler discussion of this soon. Y2K is also on VOD today. Two high school nobodies make the decision to crash the last major celebration before the new millennium on New Year's Eve, 1999. The night becomes even crazier than they could have ever dreamed when the clock strikes midnight. On Wednesday, Christmas Day, Abbott Elementary isn't back until January of 2025, but we have a new episode of What If. This is episode 4 of season 3, What If Howard the Duck Got Hitch. There is no description of this episode yet. However, as a critic, I got an advance copy of this episode, and the one that debuted today is basically a sequel to the episode when Thor came to Earth to party. If you were a fan of that episode, it's more of that tone. If you weren't a fan of that episode, it's more of that tone. We have a holiday special called the Midwife Holiday Special. This is a 2-part special, which airs on PBS at 8 p.m. on Christmas Day. It's Christmas 1969, and the fanfare and carol concert add color to Frosty Poplar. Yet the festive spirits of Noneta's house is dampened by the spread of influenza alongside growing fears of an escaped prisoner after a spat of break-ins. At 10 a.m. on Christmas Day, we have Disney Parks Magical Christmas Day Parade. The 2024 Disney Parks Magical Christmas Day Parade on Disney Plus returns this year with Julianne Hogue and Alfonso Rivera as hosts, along with performances by Elton John, Andy Grammer, John Legend, Carly Pierce, Pentatonics, and Aniki Noni Rose, and 17 performing. Brandy Lee's Rocking Around the Christmas Tree. They will be joined by a cast of Descendants, The Rise of Red, and by a number of Disney Broadway stars who will perform a holiday medley. On Christmas Day, we also have a Doctor Who holiday special, Joy to the World. When Joy checks into a London hotel in 2024, she opens a secret doorway to the Time Hotel, discovering danger, dinosaurs, and the Doctor. But a deadly plan is unfolding across the Earth, just in time for Christmas. So I saw this last weekend. I'll drop a review of this episode before it drops at 12 p.m. Eastern on Christmas Day. We have a movie on E.T., A Blended Christmas. A guardian angel helps a newlywed couple navigate their chaotic honeymoon when the groom's ex-wife and kids are forced to move in during the holidays. It stars Jennifer Freeman, Anthony Dalton, Dream Doll, and Victoria Rowell. In theaters on Christmas Day, we have Nosferatu, a goth tale of obsession between a haunted woman and the terrifying vampire infatuated with her, causing untold horror in its wake. Also in theaters, we have A Complete Unknown. In 1961, unknown 19-year-old Bob Dylan arrives in New York with his guitar. He forges relationships with music icons of Greenwich Village on his meteoric rise, culminating in a groundbreaking performance that reverberates worldwide. We have Baby Girl, a high-powered CEO, puts her career and family on the line when she begins an affair with her much younger intern. The Fire Inside, the story of Clarissa T-Rex Shields, a boxer from Flint, Michigan, who trained to become the first woman in her country's history to win an Olympic gold medal in the sport. Better Man, a singular profile of British pop star, superstar Robbie Williams. And finally on Wednesday, we have Vermiglio. 1944, Vermiglio, a remote mountain village. The arrival of Pietro, a deserter, into the family of a local teacher, and his love for the teacher's eldest daughter will change the course of everyone's life. On Thursday, Found, as I've mentioned past, is on hiatus until January 16th. Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage is on hiatus until January 30th. Ghost is on hiatus until next year, and Matlock is on hiatus until January 30th of 2025. We have a new episode of Creature Commandos. This is episode 5 of season 1, The Iron Pot. Sorry, there's no description for this episode yet. However, from the trailer, it looks like we'll get to see the other side of the story between the Bride and Frankenstein's monster. We have a new episode of Bookie. This is episode 3 of season 2. Boom Done Hello Jesus. Wendy's entangled in a complex romantic situation. Rain shifts attention from Hector. Danny and Ray employ an unconventional banker, setting the stage for an unexpected event. A new episode of What If as well. This is episode 5 of season 3. What if the emergence destroyed the Earth? There's no description of this episode, but the title seems somewhat self-explanatory. We have a repeat of a special from a couple years ago on the day after Christmas, Dolly Parton's Mountain Magic Christmas. Inspired by the hopeful spirits of the Great Smoky Mountains, Dolly Parton returns to Dollywood to star in a holiday special musical with special guests Jimmy Fallon, Willie Nelson, Billy Ray Cyrus, Jamie Allen, Zach Williams, and Miley Cyrus, and many more. We have the debut of Squid Game Season 2, the complete second season. 3 years after winning Squid Game, player 456 gave up going to the States and comes back with a new resolution in his mind. Gihon once again dives into the mysterious survival game, starting another life or death game with new participants gathered to win the prize of 45 billion won. Have a special on ABC, The Year 2024 at 9 p.m. The Year 2024, historic, consequential, extraordinary. From tragedy to triumph to awe-inspiring to the all-new event special, The Year 2024 with Robin Roberts premieres Thursday night, December 26th at 9 p.m. on ABC and streaming on Hulu the next day. Also on Hulu on Thursday is the premiere of Night Bitch. A woman pauses her career to be a stay-at-home mom, but soon her necessity takes a surreal turn. On Friday, we have a new episode of Silo. This is episode 7 of season 2, The Dive. Lucas is assigned a mission. Mechanical sends a powerful message. Juliet embarks on a perilous descent and confronts a new danger. New episode of The Agency. This is episode 6 of season 1, Spy for Sale. Richardson's arrival at the fishbowl catches Henry off guard. Martian scrambles to unravel Cossack's game as the stakes escalate. Naomi, uncovering a secret, cautions Danny. Sammy's attempt to reach Martian leads to naught. We have a new episode of Dexter Original Sin. This is episode 4 of season 1, Fender Bender. Dexter targets a retired mob hitman who may still be killing as Harry works the gruesome murder case of a 10-year-old boy. Deb sneaks into a nightclub with Sophia and meets an exciting new friend. We of course have a new episode of What If as well on Friday. This is episode 6 of season 3, What If 1872. There's no description of this episode yet, but I think similar to the episode from last season in the 1700s. I guess the title speaks for itself. We have a special Grammys Greats, the stories behind the songs on CBS at 9 p.m. On Friday, a CBS special that explores the creative journey behind some of the most iconic songs that have won the prestigious Grammy Award for Song of the Year, featuring interviews with the artists and songwriters themselves, revealing the inspirations and stories behind their hit tracks. This is hosted by Gail King and Mickey Guyton. On PBS, we have a new season of Craft in America. This award-winning series is a film journey of the history, artists, and techniques of America's rich craft culture, with a particular focus on its diversity in ever-evolving ways. There are 2 episodes dropping for season 6. Episode 1, Science, investigating the unexpected intersection between art and science, spanning technology, engineering, biology, math, and the climate emergency. Episode 2 is titled Collectors. From Chicana art to teapots and wooden spoons, a look at the essential role that craft collectors play in the community and how their support furthers artists at all stages of their careers. Have a special on Netflix, Torching 2024, a roast of the year. General Jeff Ross and a cast of comedians look back at 2024's most memorable moments in a night of savage laughs and surprises. In theaters, we have the film 2073. It will tackle challenges the world faces and is inspired by Chris Marker's iconic 1962 featurette La Jetée, about a time traveler who risks his life to change the course of history and save the future of humanity. Finally, on Friday, we have the film in theaters Santouche. Newly widowed Santouche inherits her husband's job as a police constable in the rural Badlands of northern India. When a girl's body is found, she's pulled into an investigation under the wing of a charismatic feminist Inspector Sharma. This is apparently something like Training Day, so it looks actually pretty interesting. On Saturday, December the 28th, we have What If, episode 7 of season 3, What If the Watcher Disappeared? Again, there's no description of this episode yet, but the title seems to explain what's going on there. And finally, on Netflix, we have the series Maestro in Blue. This is season 3. A musician travels to an island during the pandemic to set up a music festival. He begins a romance and finds himself embroiled in other people's problems. All right, so that's it for this week. If you want us to cover any of the productions we aren't already covering, comment below, and if we get enough requests, we'll try to work them into our production schedule. If you found this video useful, be sure to like and share and subscribe to make sure you don't miss our next update, our analysis, reviews, or news coverage. See you in the next one. Bye, guys.